Welcome to the video. Today we're taking a look at the Railway Empire 2 on the Steam Deck and GPD Win 4. Thanks to Clips over the view key. In the video, we'll first look at performance on both platforms and my recommended settings. We'll then take a look at the controls and gameplay. We'll also chat about how playable the game is on the small screen, and we'll round up with some final thoughts. So, when you load the game onto the Steam Deck, you'll load straight into the game. However, on the Win 4 and other Windows handhelds, if Steam is in desktop mode, you'll load into an overlay, which will likely be too large for the screen. Now, you can try pressing the A button to bypass this, but if that doesn't work, close the game and then change Steam to big picture mode. Then the game will load straight into the game. Once you've loaded into the game, you'll see this menu. Now you might well find that your gamepad isn't actually working. That's because by default I certainly found that it was disabled. So you're going to have to use the touch screen to go down to options, then press the RB button. Pressing it on the screen should work. And then it's the top option, so press the arrow to the right. And that's it. So after that you should be able to press B on your controller and get back to the main screen. Now I touched on the game modes which are actually on there. We've got campaign, custom, scenarios and sandbox. Now I've touched these on yesterday's video and I do urge you to go and have a look at that if you haven't watched it. We do actually go through each of them and we play the first section, chapter 1 of the campaign. For this video though, what we're going to do is load into that campaign, which we actually did yesterday. And we'll swap between the Win 4 and the Steam Deck. We're on the Steam Deck right now. Now, top left, you're going to see the FPS. So let's have a look at the my settings here. So we've gone power. So we've got the use per game profile, 30 FPS. Now I'm using 10 watts, mostly because with the Steam Deck, go past that you're hitting a wall. You don't really get much more for your power. So 10 watts is pretty much it. FSR, I've set it to 3 at the moment. Vegetation, that's the first thing we're going to have to take down. If you have a look, it does look so much nicer on normal and high, but you'll kill the FPS if you use it. Press RB again. Graphics, we're actually using 720p. Now the 3D resolution, you have to keep this high. See if I can lower it. Look how bad that gets when I do that. So you have no choice really. You can try setting it lower, it will help the FPS, but it won't look nice. For these two I set them to low so far, and terrain I've got to normal. There's not too much going on at the moment. If you have a look at the FPS, it's 29-30 FPS. Now looking this way, it's harder than if we're looking this way. Look, we got a straight 30 here. It's because you're looking across and it's having to render quite a few different things. Let's get on the train. Now look at the FPS, it's dying already. That's because the window's just come on. So if we go away, you can see the people in the carriage have gone. We've got 30. We've gone down to 22 already. So this does kill our FPS. If we go inside here, there's not much happening in here. Even so, we're still only getting 26. Come outside, we're back to 30 again. See, mostly you're going to get 30. And up the hill we go. The 25 FPS, 26. Okay, let's go over to the Win 4 and do the same thing. Now this program's called Motion Assistant. It helps you choose power settings and a few other things on the GPD Win. Yeah, so we've got considerably higher than the Steam Deck, 23 watts, to actually get a very similar sort of result. The GPU, I've locked it to 2000 at the moment. Under device, I've simply locked it to 30. Now back in the game, if I press start, we've got pretty much the same settings. So clouds are off, snow's off, just like the other game. Vegetation set to low. Oh, one back. Again, 720. Resolution's high for the same reason. Low details, low and normal. Again, set to 30. So we can see we're using 22 watts at the moment, so we are using quite a bit to actually keep this 30. Oh, the tearing, by the way, that's not shown on the actual main screen. That's only happening on the footage I've got here. Okay, so we were down to what, 15 FPS? We're looking at this on the Steam Deck. So there's a few more FPS. See if we can up the vegetation a little bit, because we are using a lot more wattage. So could we actually do maybe normal vegetation? That looks so much nicer, doesn't it? You got the grass now, except we are now actually FPS is dying. Now, interestingly, with the GP Win 4, the drivers they actually give you, there's no way to get FSR. Well, there's no global way of getting FSR. I did download a program. It didn't seem to work though. Now, if you actually look up use the Adrenaline software, which is AMD's own drivers from their own website, I've had issues, whereas the Win 4 won't wake up afterwards. But what that software does have is FSR, which you could globally, in theory, so you could sharpen it up. That's a pity that that software won't work with it. Now, others you might have tried this and that's not happened to you. It's happened to me twice. I uninstalled, reinstalled, and it's happened to me twice. So that's quite scary when the actual whole unit won't actually start up. So usage is 100%. FPS like this is 25. Yeah, it's a shame. So we lose some trees. You can see in the background we're losing trees and we're losing the vegetation by but at least you've got 30 FPS. The Win 4 is a tiny screen, and although it's a bit blurry on the big screen, probably what you're watching, on here it still looks very good, the quality of the picture. So do you need FSR? I don't know. So let's talk controls. Now, the controls are pretty good actually. Left joypad, left, right, up, down, right joypad, in, and you can turn around. There is one thing I don't like about it. In mouse mode, and in a moment I'll cut to a picture, bit of film doing this, when you go straight down, you can keep going at this angle. You choose, using the mouse, what angle, what degree upwards, downwards you're going to be, but this is automatic. The camera turning like this is automatic. Now, on a big screen, which I'm looking at right now while I'm recording this, that's no problem. But on a tiny screen, especially the Win 4 screen, trying to actually do something, because you need to be in this this angle looking downwards, at this distance outwards, is quite difficult. Controls themselves though feel fairly relaxed. They feel fairly easy to use. Track laying is pretty simple. Use the right hand trigger, you bring up this menu, then you use the left hand joystick, and then you go to what you want to go to. So for track, for instance, you go to the top one. leave it there, you click the A button. Now, you'll notice when you go in and out, you stay at this angle now, which is good. Thank goodness it doesn't turn around when you're trying to do that. And there you can actually plan it out. I press B button to actually stop doing that. If you want to remove a piece, hover over it and then look at the bottom, it tells you what to do. So if you want to move it, press the A button and hold it down and move it around. Let go and it can stay in that place. If you've got one which you want to get rid of, press the X button, gets rid of it. So again, if we want to move this one, once I've clicked on it, there you go, press the A button, hold it and move it around. This is pretty intuitive. White trigger, back into here, route list. Now to look at your route list, you click on it and press the D-pad there to that one. And that will show us that route. There we go. There's nothing. Albany seems to have a problem on this train. Oh, it doesn't have a train. That's probably why. There you go. It doesn't actually have a train. That gives us an opportunity. Let's see if we can actually put one on. So this is the edit button. So you use the D-pad to go down to it. Yeah. So you go down to trains. You choose the type of train you want on this one. So at the moment it's 0 trains on there. This just means it's 1 train on there. And you'll notice the picture's changed on the right. Loading automatic, or you can do loading express or freight. And do we press the B button to get back? We do press the B button to get back, which feels wrong. It feels like you should press the A button and it continues. Some of the menus are a little bit weird. The one below here is clone, so if you want to copy this, copy the route, that's the one. Or if you want to delete the route, it's the bottom one. Press Y to confirm. Yes. Good, so we now have a second train on that long route. Now that is the Albany to there, you can see it highlighted. Now, another thing you're going to notice is it's pointing each way. That's just because I've set it, those bits of track there for the train. Again, if you watched yesterday, you'll see me do this. It's a mouse click on that, but on here, if we want to do it, we have to go to edit track. So B. I think it's track construction. Then it's the tab button. Yeah, so if you notice it's gone from the track to the top on the right, and it's going to the next thing. But that's changed to its shortcuts, and is that no, it is this one, isn't it? So we go down to it, change direction, then you press the A button. See, it can go any way now. That goes the other way, and that's going back again. So we've got a train on there, so let's not mess it up for it. But you have to go onto the actual track. It sort of highlights the one you're doing. Again, it's a little finicky on a smaller screen, but it is really doable. So press the B button to get off of that. Oh yeah, back to routes again. There's something else I wanted to show you. Route list, and because this bit actually did confuse me first of all. So you click on a route. So we'll say this one, and I couldn't work out how to change the stations on a route. Now we're going to go down to edit, which is this one here. Now we have to switch focus so it goes to the left hand side. You press the X button. Then we can go up and down. So we've got Boston at the bottom. We've got green stop at the top. Now the first thing you'll want to do is actually, on the first campaign, you have to take logs. So you completely get rid of him and you up him. So if you press the A button now, it gives you 3 options. Up, it prioritises that. That means it doesn't have it, you don't want to take it, or just you can take either at the moment. So we wanted logs and we didn't want to take the cattle, so that's what we did. But at the moment it's actually probably better we can take both. Also, if you have a look on here, at the moment we've only using one platform, but you can actually swap it. So if we've got more tracks connected, you can here choose which platform you want it to actually go to. That's only if you've got, say, a bigger station with multiple platforms. Now once you've done, it's Y to confirm. It says at the bottom, it always tells you at the bottom, so you have to confirm it is here as well. Confirm your train runs along sections, blah blah blah. It always tells you that. Look top left, it says green stop, we got both, so it did. You will get used to this. On mouse it is slightly different. Probably a slightly quicker process on mouse as well. Let's end the video with a question: should you buy the game or not? And well, I think for gameplay, you should go and look at my video yesterday. In the video, I go through, I load up each one of the game modes, and I show you a little bit of them, and then we play the campaign. We play chapter 1 of the campaign. So if you're wondering about gameplay, go watch yesterday's video. There'll be a link on the end card and in the description, etc. You'll easily find it. Go to my channel, it'll be literally at the top. As for should you buy it on the Steam Deck and Win 4, I would say yes for the Steam Deck, less so for the Win 4. The Win 4 screen's quite small, so you might have difficulty reading the text. The Steam Deck, I have no problem. I've just reached 50 and my eyesight's not perfect and I can read it. I think, as I mentioned earlier, the best thing for you to do is go look at the video on that device, and you should then see if you can read the text within the game part. If you can, then you're going to be able to read it if you buy the game. On both devices, the game runs pretty well, but you need to use double the power on the Win 4. You might be more intelligent than me and be able to optimize it a little bit more, so you don't have to use as much power, but even so, you're going to be using more power. And there's the problem with the Win 4, and I don't want this becoming a review of the Win 4, but it's a brilliant little device, and I bought it because it was little, it would fit in my bag and I could take it out. Whereas the Steam Deck is large and it's more difficult. It's too big to go, I feel it's too big to go out, so I never ever take it out. But it's much better going out because it uses less power, so it will last longer. Twice as long as the Win 4 there. And there lies, it's the problem, isn't it? You've got the size in the Win 4, but you've got the battery in the Steam Deck. Now, I have a separate external battery which I can use. Even so, do you want to be lugging that about? This thing's heavy. Anyway, I hope this is useful, this little ramble of mine. And if you do buy it, enjoy it. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you press that ding-dong bell button, dingy-dong bell button, you know what it does. See you next time. Bye, bye.